G'day guys, welcome to Bag of Bricks number 5, where I talk about my AFOL life and Lego. And this week I've called it the meaning of Lego, which kind of seems a bit deep maybe, I don't know. But I just sort of wanted to talk about what Lego means to me as a person. Now, I mean, this last couple of weeks you'll notice my channel has not had many videos. Actually, most of my videos have been Joss videos, strangely enough. That's not for want of not wanting to film. I just have been rather busy and not had the time to do it. I was talking to my good friend Mike, Dr. McBrick, and he's been in a kind of similar funk where we've just been working and just been too tired to do any filming. So, and my Lego room is still, I'll be perfectly honest, a bit of a bomb site. I'm trying to lay out the tracks and things to a way I'm happy, finish moving things around, and taken me a lot longer than I thought, especially given that I'm only doing it sort of a couple of hours a week at the moment. Now, I have been building, been sitting in front of the TV building, and I've been building lots with my kids. It blows me away how good Joss is at building stuff at the moment. She's building the, was it the Lego Movie 2 Spa set? The one with the vampires and Benny getting a massage and the flamingo and stuff. It's a really lovely set, much like I remember watching Ryan over at M&R Productions do his review of it, and he was quite taken by how good it was. And Joss is having a lovely time building it, and I had bought it for them to build. I bought 2 of them because they were 60% off. You know, be mad not to. One was to sell, one was for her, for the kids, or for Joss predominantly because she's old enough to build it. But she's become quite prolific. Like literally, she spent in the last week, I think she's been building every single day. I'm amazed. Like she goes in my Lego room and pulls out boxes of things saying, I'm going to build something with, you know, here's a black tray, here's a collection of the orange and clear bricks, and here's some leaves. And then she goes away and builds a house with a garden and stuff like that. I'm blown away by it. So it's amazing to watch this little 4-year-old person or 5-year-old person, sorry, she's 6 soon. Almost forgot that. Callie's 4. That sums up how it's been recently. It's been very, very busy. Just watching this little person just churn out idea after idea, that fresh imagination, and it just inspires me. And I love just sitting there helping her. You know, she tried to build a beanstalk yesterday, which is not the best idea. We did manage to get it to work the way she wanted to build it, but let's just say a stack of 1x1 leaves and a stack of similar 1x1 like slopes and things was not ever going to have any rigidity to it, which she found out quite quickly after she tried to move it. Let's just say 5-year-olds not understanding why something broke is not a pretty scene. Not a pretty scene. Callie's coming a long way as well. She built, I got them the new Lego City set, the little monster truck set, which is really lovely. Like I got it because it was a proper monster truck. It had teeth and things like that. And she just, the other day she picked up their box of Lego and she wanted to build a monster truck, and she did. I gave her a couple of big wheels out of my stash and set them up on some Technic axles, and she went away and built this little monstrous car. It was bloody ugly thing, excuse my language. There's my copper compliance there. Drinking a beer too, by the way. Needed this today. It's very hot. Nice cold beer from the fridge. Incidentally, I wasn't sold on the idea of organic lager, but my wife got some, and I have to say it's very tasty. I digress from Lego. So yeah, Callie's getting really good at that, and she built this little monster truck thing, and you know, it took her sort of an hour to build this little set, but again, like, she's really learning how the things go together, and she just has so much fun playing with it afterwards, you know, and she's really kind of like, she's this cutesy little girl who has a monstrous side to her, so liking monster trucks is perfect. And then there's a few things. I have been mucking around in my room. I have actually built a couple of sets. I built the Friends set the other day, the Central Perk Friends set. So I'm going to turn that into an actual apartment block, kind of like Dr. McBrick did, but I've got a different idea to what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using the 2 spare sets I have. So I got to the Sanctum Sanctorum. So I've got the Peter Parker's apartment side of that to use. So I'm planning to use that to build the layer above. I'm probably going to need a load of extra bricks behind it, but it's a good start. I thought that would make a really good facade on the front couple of apartments. I'd quite like to make it 3-story, to be honest, but you know, it's again more bricks. I've been doing that. I've got a couple of other ones I did as well, and I naturally have bought a couple of sets, which I'll do in another video this week. But I've been trying to sort out the city. I have underestimated how much effort it was going to take me to do, especially given I've been working a lot this week and been busy. And I'll be honest, I've been having a bit of a bad time at work as well. So Lego is my release, and I've been in a funk to the point where I couldn't do it as much as I wanted to. So I said I'm going to not stop. I'm going to keep building. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to do it with my kids. I'm going to build sets. I'm not going to stress about my videos. Like I said before, don't want to take the fun out of my channel. I don't want to feel that pressure, and I'm fine with it. I'd love to have got some videos up. I really would, but I'm not too bothered about the fact I haven't, because I know you guys will support me in that decision. So I'm doing my blog post today. I had actually wanted to do this last week again, but my wife was really busy last weekend, and I was helping her a lot. So that took away a lot of my sort of time. I think I was up till like 1 o'clock one night helping her do stuff, or 2 o'clock, something like that, and loading the car and covering the kids and all of those things, which really does wear you out. Anyone who's a parent knows how tiring having kids is. Having 3 kids who are not dissimilar in age is tiring. Anyway, so you may notice I'm in a different spot to my normal. I don't usually have a window behind me, and I don't usually have a rabbit hutch over here, which there's a rabbit looking at me right now. There's a dog under here as well. So I'm in here again because I said the Lego room is just not ready to do. So what I'm trying to do is get everything sort of organized, and then I actually have to go and tidy. So organized, then tidy. I did actually start doing the train tracks last night, which was fun, except just every time I do anything with train tracks, it makes me realize how little space I have in that room for trains. And I want to get trains in, and I've made the decision I'm going to have less trains in that newer layout, but I still want to get enough in for it to be good, and I want to give it a bit of personality and stuff. So but it just amazing how much space you have to allow for the junctions and things like that, and like you split it out, and by the time you've put a junction in and then put the curves on to go with it, you actually need 4 straight lengths of track effectively to actually do the curve, or three to do the curve, to do the stretch properly. And that's suddenly like another 3. Then you've got to do the sidings to go with it as well. So that's like another this to fit a decent sized train. And then suddenly you've run out of room. So yeah, facing that challenge last night was good. But I also made another decision. One thing that's really bugged me in my city layouts to date is I haven't been able to do any like road crossings or anything like that. And I've made it really key that in this new layout there is going to be a train crossing. There is. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I've figured out how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put some of the siding, some of the junctions are actually going to sit slightly under one of the tables. I think that's fine. We can do that. They do junctions under cover in real trains, so not a problem. Not a problem. How good is beer? So yeah, that's sort of what's been going on with Lego. And then I finally ordered a Lego set I've wanted for ages yesterday. Did one of my it's a set that's not been available for a while, and suddenly like everyone's got it back in stock. It's the Creator Expert Diner. I love that set. Beautiful set. I've always wanted it. And in the new layout, I've made a sort of an area where that kind of can live with the petrol station and things like that. That'll make it really sort of a good feature piece. And but again, yeah, nice 20% off. Yeah. Reward points. Yeah. And cash back. Yeah, which made it down to about 25% off, so I was happy with that. Didn't mind getting 25% off that set, given it's not been available for ages. So, gotta love that one. You can go one step further than that. One of the shopping tips one of my friends has, he buys gift cards when they're 10% off as well, and that gives him a bit more of a discount. So it's another good tip. And then he buys it with his American Express and gets even more money back. Anyway, I'm not advertising American Express. I don't have American Express. I used to date a girl who worked for American Express who sold me of having one of their cards. Probably shouldn't say that. But anyway, so yeah, the video, I kind of made this one the meaning of Lego, and you can tell I'm just talking about my passion for it as usual. And I just kind of was thinking about seeing my kids now playing with Lego and remembering some of the fond memories I had of playing with my Lego as a kid, and also trying to educate them on some of the stupid things I did as a kid with my Lego. I'm sure anyone can relate to this. I've ruined so many bits of Lego. When I eventually get my Lego over from the UK, I'll pull out all the bits of damaged Lego from me chewing it, or me using my teeth to take it out, or me filling it with water. That was one of the stupidest things I ever did. Me and my one of my friends, we made these gliders. Really cool. It's from one of the Lego Technic Ideas books, which I will show you at some point. And the idea was you made this sort of glider and then you put some paper wings over it. And what we decided to do was turn it into a firefighting one. And what's the natural thing for that? Pumps. Fill them with water. They spray everywhere. Hydraulic pumps, when you fill them with water, do not tend to work as hydraulic pumps afterwards. Ruined them. Ruined all of them. I had the nice excavator, the nice sort of, I've got the, I don't know if I've ever done that on a video. I've got the Volvo Excavator that they did recently, the one on the arm. Great set, love it with the hydraulics. I think GJBricks did a review of it and he likes the hydraulics now. He hadn't had a hydraulic set before. And it was like one of the old ones of those. It was bright red, had a scoop, was on Caterpillar tracks. It was a lovely set. You could motorize it and everything. And it had this hydraulic system. Never, ever, ever, ever got the hydraulics to work after we filled them with water. So that was a bit sad. So I have to get that set. When I get my set back, I think I'm going to have to get that one and then upgrade it to the new kind of hydraulics, because it's such a cool set. And then I'll have 2 diggers in Technic. Yay! What else has been happening? So that was what. I was talking about the meaning of Lego, and it's funny, that same friend who I built that with, he always remember one of his really bad jokes was we put some plates together and we couldn't get them apart, and he went, "Let go, let go, Lego." Sorry, it's a terrible dad joke. Had to get it in there, but just watching my kids play with Lego now just made me think about the meaning of Lego to me, and I had my period of away from Lego, my dark days, and it really kind of made me realise that how much Lego is a part of me, of who I am and how I feel about a lot of things. I spent so long playing with Lego. I created so many things. I built space shuttles, monster trucks, space bases, train layouts. Did sort of cities, but not like they are now. Did all of those kind of things as a kid, and seeing my kids now building like little gardens, houses. My wife's just come home, so the dog's barking. You kind of get an idea of what it means to me. Sorry. Lost my flow now. Should I edit that out? I don't know. No, I'll leave it in. Oh, I don't want it on my... No, I do. We'll do a joint one day if you want. As I said, this is why I don't usually film out here, using this space. So, just watching my kids build these, using their imagination to build these things. And I kind of look at what Joss is doing, and I look at what Kaz over at Blockhead UK and a few other people who do those sort of micro things are doing. And Joss is sort of, today she built a house which was not minifigure scale. It was a small, it was a built out of black bricks, had some clear and orange tiles, like glass pieces around it, and some roof lights and things like that. And I just looked at it when there's a micropolis there, or her version of it, like a Jossopolis or whatever it is. And seeing this kind of his imaginations flow. And then she also built one of the characters from My Little Pony, which was Nightmare Moon, which is a black pony. She built that with the parts while she was doing it. Had flames coming out. Anyone who doesn't know My Little Pony, she's the sister of the queen or something like that, and she turns evil at some point and they rescue her and whatever. So Joss gave her flames to make her be the evil version of herself, which is kind of cool. And she used some very good parts and some nice little techniques to actually build this pony. I think she got it from the her little Queen Whatever wannabe set that I did a review of ages ago. And she just had real fun, and she was so proud of what she'd done. And then yesterday she built a garden. We ended up being sort of a water feature garden, and I showed her she'd figured out how to put the flowers onto the stems. And then I said, well, why don't you put if you take this flower and this flower, you can actually stack them on top of each other. So then she built towers of flowers and things like that. She absolutely loves flowers because my wife works a lot with flowers in her events. So it's just like, I'm watching that kind of, and this is what Lego will mean to her. She loves the hidden side. Like you can see her learning from every time she builds the hidden one of these like sets. You know, they were 9+, 10+ sets, and she's 5, and she's building these sets without any problem. Minimal help from me. She does an amazing job with the stickers. I've taught her the brick separator trick for putting the stickers on. So proud of it. She nails it. I think she's only made one mistake since I showed her that technique. So that is the way to go. I should do a proper video on tips and tricks for doing that way, but it's a good one. I'll remember that one. But watching her do that, she's so proud of how she's done it. And then today she's building that spa set. Brilliant. Absolutely putting it together. This was on top of the other stuff she'd build in the morning. She just wanted to build and build and build with her dad. She wanted me to help her. She wanted me to pick parts for her to use. She wanted me to be involved in her, you know, she's like, what parts shall I use? And she'd use black pieces. And I said, oh, well, orange and yellow goes well with that. Got the orange and yellow box down, and she started combining it together and was so happy. It was just wonderful. And that's what Lego means to me, like those memories that she's going to get better and better and better at these things, and give us some more complicated sets to build. And it's just wonderful. That's the meaning of Lego to me, is those memories, those, you know, how it creates for you, how it makes you creative, how it makes you think. Like, I really feel like Lego has impacted me throughout my life, and watching her build lately, it's been really kind of hammered that home with what she's doing and how she's creating. So that was why I called this video the meaning of Lego. And this last couple of weeks where I've been in a bit of a funk and not built, it's still been there. It's still helped me get sort of, you know, come out of my shell, and doing it with the kids has really kind of lifted me. And that's Lego. It's here. It's built into me, part of who I am. I'm going to wrap up on that note. For those of you that prefer podcasts, you can find me over on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, which I didn't even know was a thing. Link down below in the video if you're watching the video, and if you're listening to the audio podcast, you can find links back to GJBricks.com, my YouTube channel. I'd love to know in the comments what you think of Lego, what it means to you. I've given you some of my thoughts and how I feel and how it's built in here. And I'd love to know how you feel about Lego, how it's a part of you, or if it's something you've discovered late in life that has really helped you, or something that you've lived since you were 2 years old like me. Whether you've got kids who've made you connect with it, whether it's something you never thought you'd try, but now you just are addicted to it. Come on, let's be honest, it's addictive. Anyway, if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. I do post regularly, and I will see you again very, very soon. Thank you for watching, listening, and being with me and joining me on my Lego journey.